Wow. Welcome back to No Sleep Sleepover. Welcome to 2022. Can you believe it? We've made it. First podcast of the new year.
We're entering season 3 of the COVID.
Oh
So
my goodness.
no pressure.
In case this is your first time listening, welcome. I'm Logan. That's Matt. And we like to talk.
We do.
So
I didn't think we did. I thought we were
we're very
non-talkers.
low-key people, I'd
Mhm.
like to say.
I think I'm high key in my work and creativity, but I'm very low key as a person, if that makes sense. That's how I would define myself.
Interesting. I think I'm high key all of the time. I'm just what I say that I'm a lot. I'm
Yeah.
a lot to handle, which it's
Yeah.
fine.
You're like the tenor. You're just up there constantly. Just no bass, no baritone. Just ah.
I'm like the opposite of Megan Trainor. I'm not all about that bass.
You know what was so funny, real quick? She donated like $100,000 to some charity, and I was like, she has $100,000, Megan Trainor.
Well, she's married to the Spy Kid, so he's probably got the residuals coming in,
I like how it's not the residuals of her music; it's the residuals of Spy Kids.
of being a Spy Kid. Yeah. But no, I think she puts out like a decent amount of music. So even if like she's not top in the charts, I think she's got her
Maybe, I
her
guess
thing.
so. Another question, since we're on it, do you think you could be a Spy Kid, or like I always loved Code Kid? Do you remember Code Name Kids Next Door?
Yes.
And they all had like the numbers, and it was like
Yeah.
Agent 223. And
Yeah.
do you think you could have done that if this was like a realistic option?
I think I love Spy Kids because I thought it was like so cool, and I was like, absolutely, I could do all that. But then I feel like the older I get, I'm like, I'm not sneaky, I'm not smart, I'm not like I could never be a Spy Kid. Thinking back at it now, but I always wanted to be a Spy Kid, so I thought it would be really cool.
I think I could be a Spy Kid. Like, I think in terms of like undercover and acting and like disguises, I think that part of it I could totally do. But like building gadgets and stuff, no. Oh,
It sounds like a lot. Mm-mm.
I'd be good with the
Couldn't do that.
names because they had all the names. Remember, it'd be like Bear. It's like boron, electronic, area,
Yeah.
vinyl, radon, Bear. Like that would
Yes.
be fun.
Some kind of weird ass so that would be cool. But I would have loved to be a Spy Kid, but no, thinking back on it, I don't think I would have been a good Spy Kid.
I think I would have been okay for certain missions, not every mission.
There. Oh, gosh, I want to watch Spy Kids now.
I know. So sorry for titillating you with Spy Kid memories.
Spy Kid talks. But yeah, it's a new year, and so we talked news and entertainment stories last week. But I think it would be really good if we just reflect on ourselves and how 2021 treated us, because you need that reflection, So going into 2020, this is like going back 2 years, we spent New Year's together, you and I.
Wait, we did?
Oh man, yeah, we did.
Did I forget? What did we do?
We were at Blaze's house.
Oh, that was going into 2020.
Yeah.
Oh, yes. Okay, I thought you meant last year, and I was like,
I said,
did we?
No. Well, I'm really glad that I'm harboring these memories and good times, and you're like, oh, interesting. Yeah, you were probably there.
No. Now that okay, 2 years ago in Blaze's party, yes. And that was fun. That was really fun. That was really chill, especially because like I don't know about you, but like I think there's like a lot of pressure to like spend money and do these big, rich, outrageous parties, and I'm like, I don't really want to do that. Like I love a party, but like I don't like the idea of spending like $400. So no, that was really fun. It was a good time.
Yeah, and so going into 2020, obviously this was pre like lockdown and pandemic and everything. Like obviously there's COVID cases overseas, but nothing really here yet. And so there was a lot of hope and optimism. And
Absolutely.
so I don't know how you felt going into 2021. Were you like, this is going to be a better year, we're gonna move forward, or were you like, it's probably going to be How are you feeling?
Well, it was funny because I just revisited my 2020 goals. And a few of them couldn't happen. And like I really wanted to film, because I filmed a movie at the end of 2019 that's up on YouTube if you want to see it. And I remember going in 2020, I had a script. I was like, okay, I want to film my second movie in 2020. And obviously that didn't happen. And I don't even know like when the next time, because like right now it doesn't even make sense. Like I feel like that has to wait another year or two to do that again. So I remember going into the year having some other, and I ended up doing like a lot of music and a lot of solo projects because, you know, you couldn't really do group projects. I still have projects that like I wanted to do in 2020 that are getting pushed and pushed and pushed simply because you just really, it's just not safe. It's it just doesn't make sense to do them right now. And that sucks, but that is what it is. So
yeah. I don't even know how I spent New Year's going into 2021. I really think that I was working, which sucks, but because, so I think I worked going into the new year. And I don't know where my head was at really. I think that I was very excited about, the possibility of vaccines and getting better in terms of the pandemic. But I don't think that I was like, yeah, 2021 is going to be my year. And, everyone's like, oh, this is going to be a good year. It's going to be my year. I'm going to really I didn't have that feeling going into 2021. And I don't know if just I set myself up for failure, but like it was just a very mediocre year, I feel like, to me, in general.
No, I would agree with you. I think at the top of 2020, things were hopeful, but for me at the end of 2020, it just felt like 2021 was going to be like a slightly better sequel. I really didn't have high expectations this year. And like, and this sounds bad, but like going into next year, I don't really have high expectations for 2022. I think if anything, it's better to kind of be underwhelmed and then, maybe be overwhelmed later than be like, oh, I'm so excited. And then, so.
Yeah. More of the same. Just keeps happening. It's just. So, have you ever heard like people sit around the table and they do like roses and thorns, or it's called something like that. It's like the high points and low points. Let's do that through the whole year. Like good things, bad, like, like let's go things that happen to us throughout the year.
Yeah, for sure.
I can kick it off in January. It was my birthday.
Oh, yay.
24 years old, January 2021. I had my friends over and because, people weren't going out. Yeah. And I had us do like a bar crawl, like there's quotes on that in my house. And so I was like, I want everyone to bring like a drink to make. And so everyone would like make a drink, named it, played a song when they like brought it out on a tray. And so it was a lot of fun. It was a fun way to celebrate my birthday, low key with like just my few friends and like, still do something, but stay safe.
No, I love that. I love a good theme party. I have always felt like I've had really good themes for theme parties before. So no, that's really fun for sure.
It was good. And how was the start of your year?
I actually sat down and went through my photo library because I felt like that was going to be a good way to like remember things because my memory is really bad.
Same.
So one of the first things of the year, I wrote a song in I think 2020, maybe even 2019, called Rich for the Weekend. And it's about how you're poor for the week, but you're rich for the weekend. So it's like this idea of like how I don't spend money during the week, but like when it's the weekend, like I throw it down heavy. And I wrote it after a couple friends. We had this whole thing like that we were rich for the weekend. And so I wrote this song and we actually made a music video in January for it. And it was me and my friends Joanna and Brendan, and it was us at Crocker Park. And I was looking through like the photos and the videos, and it was just so stupid and funny to me. And I don't know, I love those kind of like memories, like when you and a friend create something. Like I'm the kind of friend who like obviously like we can do dinner together, obviously like we can chill and watch Netflix, but I love like creating things with my friends. And so that to me was such a vivid memory. So that was a great way to start the year. Another way I started the year was I was trying to push myself. I was trying to make gravy, but it turns out I made dumplings instead of gravy. So instead of having biscuits and gravy, I had a lot of biscuits and dumplings for January and February. So
how do you make dumplings instead of gravy?
Because it's all flour and water.
Oh, got it.
Yeah, it was just so thick, it became like a dumpling and not gravy. So I was like, ooh.
Yum.
So a lot of bread.
A lot of
But
bread. But hey, bread is good. Bread is
mhm.
fun. You like bread. I'm looking through my pictures right now, and all I do is just screenshot the stupidest things. And like, I bought a treadmill.
Oh yeah? How much was a treadmill?
Too much.
Do you use it?
We
Do you still use the treadmill?
so the thing is, I bought
Uh-oh,
the
uh-oh. The
I,
excuses. The thing
I bought
is.
I bought the treadmill in like February because I was like,
Okay.
I'm gonna use it.
Mm-hmm.
I think it got built like a month ago.
Oh,
Like
wow. It took a while to
November.
get around to it, yeah.
So it's sat for a while just because like I don't know how to build a treadmill, so it took a while for it to get built, but now that it is built, yes, I do use it. But
Oh,
like,
good.
but I haven't been using it all year. I've owned it all year. It just hasn't been set up all year. So I have a treadmill.
Mm-hmm.
That's this is such a I don't take pictures of good things. So like it's hard for me to pull up the memories and be like, "Oh yeah, that's what I did."
Mm-hmm.
I just, I'm like, "Here's a picture of a treadmill."
Mm-hmm.
I had a lot of fires outside. I have a fire pit, so like,
Ooh,
that was a lot
cozy.
of fun. Oh, so fun. I love having fires.
Oh,
Oh.
oh. No, I'm just kidding. Like I love having fires. It's just that
Oh yeah,
little
no, I love setting
little
things on fire.
little arsony over there, like
Just get
it's like, well,
crazy.
now that I mention it, around your house, there's been a string of fires.
Could you imagine? The police knock on my door and they're
Oh my
like, "Yeah, we heard your
god.
podcast."
There's like a spinoff called No Fire at the Sleepover, and it's me doing like a expose on you. Like, I thought I knew her, but she loved setting fires. In this
To like,
6-part documentary podcast. Yeah.
could you imagine?
Oh
Oh
my
my
god.
god. That would mean that the police listen to our podcast, and that would be very exciting.
Hey, a listener's a listener. I'm not gonna complain. I'm not gonna complain about where we get our listeners in this economy. So,
Whatever it takes, honestly. I'm just trying to up our
yeah.
views.
You're in prison promoting this podcast. Like, I know I
Telling
can't make it right now, but
all of
there's
my
8
cellmates.
episodes and it's great. So
It's really good. You should listen back to
yeah.
it.
Also, I remember so Starvolt Studios, my LLC, I actually filed that in December 2020, but I
Mhm.
launched that actually in January of 2021 because it took a while. You got to get the website and you got to get the logos and the blah blah blurs. And
Yeah.
so I looked a little bit. I had a launch video that was really cute that I
Mhm.
made. But that was a big deal. That was a big step.
That was very exciting. When you launched that, I was very excited for you
Yeah.
because you are such a creative person. You have so many things that you do. And so I think that having like a production company to like house it all under, I thought is a really smart idea. And it's just like it's really cool to be like, here is my thing. Here is a
Mm-hmm.
company or like that I own,
Mm-hmm.
that I am in charge of, and here are all the cool projects underneath of people doing things that they love.
Mm-hmm.
Like this podcast is housed under your production company,
Yeah.
which is so cool. It's just I love telling people that. I'm like, yeah, I have a production company. And they're like, wow. It's just I was very proud of you when you did that. I think that is
Yeah.
so cool.
I mean, it just made sense. I think in the past I've tried to do it and it was really sitting down and my dad was like, file the LLC, make it happen. And
Mhm.
I love that it's just, I don't know, it makes all the creative things I do for fun have a little bit of a serious element to it. And like it's
Mhm.
it's great for the resume. People are like, oh, tell me about your Starvolt Studios. People ask about the
Yeah.
name. I've always loved stars, have always been a big thing. I used to have my first pop music name was Reeb Star.
Roof
Fun
star.
fact. So stars have always been a thing, and there's been certain words like I love, like and voltage. I've always loved that, and so I actually was picking between Starbolt and Starvolt, and I liked Starvolt a lot. I really did. No one
Mhm.
had it, and I snatched it up, and here we are. And soon, I don't know when, but my second bedroom that is going to be a studio will be done soon. Probably, I'm hoping to get to the next couple months because I've cleared out my bedroom a little bit more, so I'll be able to
Mhm.
move some of the stuff. You know how like you have like all these like random stuff that is like
Yeah, just the
storagey
junk.
and like
Mhm.
and like there's some things like my box of wigs and costumes that like I don't want to move to the basement because you never know when you need a wig. So, but
Of
the
course, obviously.
studio, we're getting there. We're getting there to the home studio, which will be really cool to like start to branch off. I know there's people in my life who've talked about doing projects, and to have a space for those projects and have a space for people to come over and record things, that'll be really exciting. So
yeah, I'm so proud of you. That's so exciting.
oh, I'm so proud of you, baby.
Look at us,
Baby,
living our
I'm
dreams.
I'm so proud of you. It just turns into like an I'm so proud of you montage the rest of the podcast.
I'm proud of you.
No, girl, you're the proud one. I am prouder than you than the proud family.
Also, in 2021, we got vaccinated.
Yeah, at the CSU.
Heck yeah, Wolstein Center, that which ran so smoothly. Oh my gosh, National Guard came in. Literally, you just walk in, you show your thing, you sit down, they like give you your shot 2 minutes later. It was so quick, it was so easy. And I don't know about you, I got very emotional when I got my first shot. I was just like this is it. This is the step to like something to like, things getting back to more normal, people being protected. And it was just very exciting for me. I don't know about you, but yeah, I was very excited to like start again.
Yeah, I was thinking, because they said you'll have to sit there for 15 minutes. And I was thinking, do I have to sit here for 15 minutes? Can I leave at 10? And I left at 10 because I was like, I don't know. Do we need the 15? That was what I was thinking. But no, absolutely. It was history in the making. It is, I gotta say. So CSU, the COVID, oh my God, I almost called it the COVID circus, please don't come to my town, COVID circus, because one circus I don't want to see. And COVID. So I thought that they did such a good job at Cleveland State University at making Wolstein Center that vaccination zone spot club. And it was like, so if we can get this done, why can't we get anything else done? Like there are so many things that I'm like, feels as complicated as a COVID vaccination center that I'm like, so what's stopping us from getting X, Y, and Z done? So I don't know. That was another takeaway from me.
Totally makes sense. This is more of a thorn. This is not so exciting. I submitted some work to be considered for an Emmy award for local Emmys. I did not get nominated.
Oh, wow.
And I was very bummed about that because I was like, the Emmys were going to be virtual, but I was like, I could throw a party and like have all my friends over and we could dress up still and like we could watch the virtual Emmys and like, and then the nominations came out and I wasn't nominated. And I was like, that's fine. They're not in person anyways. It doesn't matter. But that was kind of a bummer. I mean, obviously, like, you do things not for the awards, so it's not end of the world. But I was just very excited because I really thought that my stuff was going to get nominated. So I'm hoping maybe this year, fingers crossed, we'll submit and we'll get nominated. Yeah,
I mean, I totally am on the same page with you. It's more about doing it than it is about, necessarily getting something out of it. So just to, I think, push yourself though, and to say, hey, I'm going to try for it. I think that's great. And you should be applauding yourself just for taking that risk, because there's plenty of times when like I should be taking something like that next level of submitting it to the contest. And I don't. And that's actually one of my goals next year, is very similar to that, of pushing myself and saying, okay, well, you have XYZ just sitting around. Yeah, just do something with it. Why not send it? So
makes sense.
Well, after being vaccinated, I finally got my first vacay, and I went to Texas, y'all.
Oh, heck yeah.
Boy, oh boy, oh boy. It was a time and a half down in Texas. I was glad I was vaccinated. Let me tell you, because Texas is Texas, to say the least. But it was fun. We got to see some of the sites. They had like a barrio. They're like Austin, Texas had their version of barrio, which is cool. Austin was very lush. I was really expecting Texas to be a desert, and it's not, at least the part that we saw. Got to see San Antonio a little bit. They had this cool river walk.
Love San Antonio.
And got to see the Alamo.
Heck yeah. Remember the Alamo.
So some history. And, got to go out to some bars. And that was one of those trips. What was really cool about that trip was like, it was with my friend Brendan, and he is like me. He likes to go out and see things. So I love going on vacations where like you push yourself to do things, and it was good. It was really fun. Definitely kicked my butt a little bit, but totally worth going to. And then pretty soon after that, I don't know about you, the NFL draft was in town.
Yeah, I was just gonna talk about that actually.
Oh my god, twinsies.
We're on the same timeline. Look at us.
After 8 episodes, we finally have synced into our wavelengths. We're in sync.
But yeah, the draft was so cool. I was like driving by everything as it was getting set up, like slowly throughout the week. And it was just so exciting just having that energy in downtown Cleveland for, the week. And just I don't know. Did you make it downtown for the draft?
Oh yeah, I got to see, like the whole setup and everything. I didn't really, there wasn't like much for me that was like, oh, I have to, see this. But no, it was really cool. And I got a shot in a year where there was so much bad graphic design. Cleveland Guardians. I loved the graphic design of the NFL draft. The graphics were just phenomenal. So whoever did those, kudos for you. 10 points to Gryffindor.
It was very cool. Yeah, it was very exciting having all that happen and like having Cleveland be in the spotlight and just I loved it. And I love football, so it was just like I didn't go at all. Just because, still big crowds and but it was really cool just to, feel like this is Cleveland. This is happening here.
And did you get a chance to go to the Rock Hall and see the Super Bowl halftime show exhibit or no?
No, I never did.
I did. It was so cool because Super Bowl. Listen, the only reason I care about the Super Bowl is the halftime show.
The music.
It's really cool. It was really cool seeing like all the memorabilia and like they showed like the blueprinting of like Gaga's stage design, and they actually had some of the lights from the Weeknd show, so you could like walk through the lights like the Weeknd did, which is really cool. And that was phenomenal. That was really cool. I wish it was bigger. It was really small. So it was
really?
Cool. Yeah, it was like a in and out in like 10 minutes, but
it seemed really cool, but I never made it down that way. But how fun. Like just how exciting. I love that Cleveland just has this stuff, and it's just so I always tell people like Cleveland's such a fun vacation spot, and if you've never been, you have to come because there's just so much to do and so much like history and art and culture, and I love this city. Watch, we have listeners from like New Zealand, and they're like, I want to go to Cleveland now.
I want to go to Cleveland, mate. I live in Auckland. And we had a New Zealand listener, and now we don't.
Not anymore.
No, we don't. They've banned along with our glass blowing coach. Who else have we said doesn't listen anymore?
Chris Pratt, I think, has stopped listening. So we have none
Chris
of them
Pratt, our New Zealand fan, and our glass blowing coach all don't listen anymore. Oh, that's really funny.
Wow, we're working really hard to keep our listeners, so we really care. Oh man, sorry to all of them. I feel like 2021 was a big porch year for me.
Okay.
Like going out to restaurants and stuff, and like during the summer, sitting out on the porch and like eating out there and drinking out there, just because like it feels safer. And like again, vaccines still were a thing, but like I just, outside always felt better. And so it was just like I felt like I did a lot of porch eating and drinking, which is always a lot of fun, and I love that stuff.
Yeah. Speaking of outside, this spring I attended a llama farm for the first time. So that was cool.
Wow, that sounds like so much fun. Where was this
like it was in Ohio. It was somewhere close by. But it was like $6 or $7, and then you could get additional llama food if you wanted to feed them. And they had all kinds of animals, so many llamas. And I was looking at the pictures. I was like, that was really different. How many people could be like, I went to a llama farm in particular. I also went, I think maybe for the first time, if not the first, definitely the first time in recent memory, Grandpa's Cheese Barn. And that place slaps. Isn't that such a slapperoonie?
Isn't it so cool? It's just
they have everything that you could ever want. Every snack, every mix, every bread mix, and
all like I still have fudges and cheeses.
Yeah, I still have a beer bread mix. Like I gotta make that.
Grandpa's Cheese Barn. Oh boy, I feel like that's a place that you like go drive past like consistently, and then you're like, I'll go there eventually. And then you finally do.
And then your life has changed just forever.
I also went on vacation.
Ooh.
I went to Florida.
Ooh, did you get bitten by a shark?
did not, thankfully.
Okay.
I'm terrified of sharks. So like,
actually,
yeah.
shark is slang for a hot young man. So.
Oh, then I'll never tell.
You're like, oh, got a few shark bites now. No, I'm kidding.
No, this was the place where I went is like a very
like a retirement
people go
home.
Down there people go down there to retire.
You vacationed at a retirement home.
But I love it. I love just low key.
You just played shuffleboard and like drank Bloody Marys.
And that's the dream. That's I love it.
Really? So you want to retire to Florida? Is that the goal?
Probably. I mean,
but will Florida be around when you want to retire though?
We'll see. I have no idea.
You might have to settle for like inland Georgia. I don't know. We'll have to see.
Right. But it was really nice. I went down and I was on the West Coast. So I didn't get to see the sun rise over the water. So, rise behind. But I went down to the beach every single morning, like 5:30, 6 a.m. The sun would rise.
Oh my God, you're on vacation. Sleep.
I love this. And so like I would go to the beach, sun is rising at like 6 a.m. And so I'm just sitting on the beach. So nice. It's so relaxing. My feet are in the water. It's so quiet. There's barely any people. The sun is just slowly rising. There's like animals around and everything. And I'm just like, this is the life. Like, this is what I want to do every single day. It was amazing.
Too early.
I enjoyed that so much. And I went to stuff like, I tried a really good breakfast place down there. It was like a Greek-ish kind of place, I think. But I had like eggs Benedict. And it was so good. Like probably the best I've had. They had really good coffee. We went to the #1 beach in America, Siesta Key. It has like white sand. The water is like so blue.
Wow, sounds like a Jimmy Buffett song. Like white sand, blue water, #1 beach for me and you.
It honestly might be a song. Like I think we're gonna get copyrighted by Jimmy Buffett because
Jimmy's like, this is not paradise.
No way, that's not a song already. I went on dolphin tours. So we went on a pontoon and we just like see the dolphins just jumping in the water. That was so fun.
They're actually really vicious. That's really funny.
Yeah, no, they're scary, but they were cute. They're fun. They're like jumping through.
For now, until they like molest a seal, and then it's not cute.
But like there was nothing like that happening on the tour. So like I was happy.
What do you do as the tour guide? You're on the dolphin tour and you see like a seal being, ruined by a dolphin on the tour.
You're like, we're gonna go this way now, everybody. Don't look that way.
You're gonna do like the tiki barge that jumped into the Queen Nautica, just like
it's just like boom.
Boom.
We went to this like walk-through zoo where flamingos were just like out and you could feed them out of your hand. That was so cool. That I have never fed a flamingo before, but that was fun. We went to an aquarium. We saw manatees. It was just such a fun vacation full of like, everything stereotypical Florida, and it was just so nice to be on vacation again.
What was funny in 2020, I was going to do Miami solo for the first time. I've done Florida, but not Miami. And I really want to drive through the Keys. I want to get a rental car.
Wow, that would be cool.
Just drive through the Keys and just.
Isn't that like to get through all of them? It's not like a 5-hour drive or 6-hour drive.
Yeah, I didn't know if I was going to do the whole thing because I don't like driving, but I just wanted to be able to like have that moment of like driving on the highway over the ocean, just.
That would be so cool. And just like, just taking in that moment, being like, here I am by myself, soak it in. I'm enjoying it. Yeah. You should do that. That would be so fun.
Oh yeah, that's eventually. Yeah, I want to do that for sure. I had a second trip, and it was in North Carolina this time. It was and it was to officiate my good friend Alana's wedding. I was the officiant.
I was the
pastor. What was really
Did you
fun,
do that voice the whole time?
I did when I said by the state of North Carolina, I do declare. I did do something like that. It was funny.
Oh boy.
What was really interesting about the trip was I actually drove solo. So I drove from Ohio to North Carolina, which was about like 11-hour drive. Did it in one stint. And I learned that's probably my max. Don't ask me to do a solo 13-hour trip. No, 11 was pushing it. I was there. I think we were there for 5.5, 6 days, 5 days. And it was interesting because I didn't really know anyone. They were all, friends of the bride and groom. Great people though, that's for sure. But they were all very chillax people. They were all just kind of like laying around, just chilling. And that's not me. So I learned pretty quickly early on. I was like, okay, in the future, I need to like plan to do stuff. Like it's really hard for me to like relax on a trip. So I learned that a little bit, but no, it was nice. It was nice getting to the ocean. I mean, when I arrived in North Carolina, I parked the car and just went to the ocean right away. Boom.
I did the same thing.
Oh my God.
Once I got to Florida, I was like, I just want to be by the water. I just want to see it,
Yeah. It was like a Life is a Highway song or something. You're just like, the ocean.
Yeah, you just get there and you just throw your hands up. You're like, yeah. Oh my God. Also, when I was in Florida, sorry to backtrack.
Oh no, please.
So I went with my friend. So like we were drinking a whole bunch the one day, and we're like, it was probably like 8:30, 9 p.m. So the sun was setting, and the beach closes. It's sunset. Like when and I was like, do you want to go swimming in the water? And she's like, it's dark. And I was like, wouldn't that be fun though? So we went swimming like at night, which is so dangerous.
Ooh, I like it though.
We weren't getting like too deep, but we were just like in the water. So like night after drinking, such a bad idea. Don't recommend it, but like it was definitely good. It was one of those like I'm gonna remember this for the rest of my life type of things.
Oh yeah, so, how do you not?
Very nice.
Yeah.
Well, I went on the Tiki Barge. I did not run into any big cruise ships or anything.
How was the Tiki Barge? Because I gotta tell you, it looks fun, but after that whole incident, it's like, ooh.
It was actually so much fun. I really enjoyed it. You can like hook up your phone to play like music, so you're playing your own music. You bring your own drinks. So then there's a guy with a bar, and he like you tell him like what you brought, and he'll like get it for you and like pour it and stuff and everything. There's a small bathroom on it, so that's nice. So you can actually go to the bathroom. But yeah, no, it was just fun. I really enjoyed it, and we stayed out for I think 2 hours is what it takes you on. And it was fun, like just being on the water and going back and forth, like seeing all the people on the side and being like, woohoo, fine. So I recommend it if you ever get a chance to.
Yeah, no, for sure.
I enjoyed it.
I was able to revisit a old time classic. My mom and grandma and I went to Arthur Treacher's in Cuyahoga Falls. We went all the way out for a trip. And it's the kind of food that like is just nostalgic. It's not like phenomenal, but like, man, I felt like I ate that all the time growing up, and now there's like none left. So the hush puppies though, hush puppies are great.
I think that might be like one of the last ones, honestly. Like, that's so sad. No, they're hush puppies. I remember so good. I
know the hush puppies where they get me. So,
oh my God, I'm just thinking I might need to make a trip down to Arthur Treacher's.
I'm gonna go to Arthur Treacher's and watch Spy Kids. That's a dinner date for one right there.
That's my takeaway from this podcast. I went to Cedar Point for the first time in like a couple of years. I like growing up, I went to Cedar Point like every single year at least once. And then I just stopped going, because I didn't really have a reason to. And so I went back for the first time in a little bit. And it was so fun riding all the roller coasters. My feet were killing me by the end of the day because I didn't walk that much and like, done all that much in a while. And so, but it was so fun. It was for my now cousin's wife. It was like her bachelorette party. So like we had an Airbnb out there. We went to Cedar Point. We got dinner and everything. It was like a very low key type of thing. It wasn't like woohoo, shots of party, yeah. But I enjoyed it so much. It was so much fun. It was just such a fun time just hanging out with people. But yeah, no, Cedar Point was a really good time. And every time I go to Cedar Point, I'm like, I should buy a season pass. I should come more often. And then I just never do.
Well, I actually have had the gold pass for a few times. That's really cool.
That's what I think. Like every time I go, I'm like, I should buy this. But then I'm like, who would come with me? Like how many times would I actually go?
I know. I feel that because like I'm like, I don't have many friends, and like the friends I do have, like who cares? Who doesn't? So I get it.
But it's so fun. Cedar Point's so fun.
Yeah.
Your turn.
My turn. Parking returned to downtown Cleveland. So for a while they were not checking the meters, and then out of nowhere they were like, sorry,
no more free parking.
No more free parking, which was kind of upsetting. But it is what it is. But it was definitely a sad moment for me.
Yeah, that definitely sucked. I mean, I get that they need revenue, but it's so hard to find parking, period. And so
Mhm.
when you get that free parking, it is really nice.
Well, and what sucks too is like every other major city has like, app parking for the meters now, and
Yes.
we don't. And I'm
It
like, can we get our crap together, please? Because it's really annoying.
it doesn't make any sense. Even like some smaller cities
Hmm.
will have like, oh, just scan this and pay on your phone.
Hmm.
So nice. Barely anyone carries around quarters anymore. So it's so hard to have to find some place and
Hmm.
try to find the quarters and try to find enough to like
Hmm.
it doesn't make sense.
Especially with the
So
coin shortage. No.
yeah,
Sucks.
no one's got that. I participated in my third annual Cleveland Burger Week.
Oh, of course. Same here. How was your
um
burgers this year?
so good. So I um if you guys learn anything about me, please learn this. I love burgers. I love them. I have a burger Instagram where like for Cleveland Burger Week every single year I will like post the burgers that I eat. And it's just so fun and I mean I don't have tons of followers. I have like maybe 100.
Mhm.
But it's just like it's fun to just share and like, talk to
Mhm.
people who are also going and try like local places and
Yeah.
it's my favorite thing and yeah, it's a lot of burgers. I think I ate oh, and I can count actually. I ate
Oh,
one,
two,
two,
three,
three,
four,
four,
five,
five,
six.
six,
Oh, wow.
seven,
Wow.
8, 9. I think 9 burgers in a week, which is like way too many burgers to be eating. And then by the end of Burger Week, I had gotten sick and had a fever. So I don't know if I was just like going too many places and like something happened. It wasn't COVID, but I don't know if I was just eating too much red meat and carbs and stuff, and my body was just shutting down. But literally at the end of the week, um, I was not feeling good and was like, yeah, this was probably not a smart idea. But I love Burger Week every single year. It's so fun. And yeah, how was your Burger Week?
It was good. I can't remember exactly which burgers I ate, but like every week that Scene Magazine does, I am part of. Pizza,
Mm-hmm.
taco, burger. What else do they do? They
Wings.
do wing week. They
Mm-hmm.
do, I think they do like one or two more.
Yeah, but
It's so good. I love it.
it's so fun. It's good deals. It's a good opportunity to try new places.
Mhm.
And I do try these new places, and then I go back to the places that I really do like, and
Yeah.
I've gotten, I've created like a rapport with some of these owners because I keep going, and
Mhm.
and it's so fun.
I feel like this makes sense because arsonist Logan loves a good deal in steel. So
If you know anything about me, I love burgers, I love things for free, and I love fire. That's
yeah.
all you need to know about me. That's it. Your turn, maybe?
I got an ear piercing.
Wait, I'm sorry, you do?
Mm-hmm.
Do you have it in right now? Can I see it?
Oh yeah, I mean it's just like a little bit. It's a baby
Oh,
stud.
fun. Look
Yeah,
at it.
no, did that. That was fun. Um, but yeah, no, that was fun. And I mean, I think I'm open to more in the future. I have tattoo ideas, but I've never gotten a tattoo.
Yeah,
So
that's
yeah,
very cool.
no, it was definitely a big step. Big step.
That's exciting.
Whew.
I signed up to Bike for Velisano,
Mhm.
which is a charity that raises money for cancer research.
Oh, nice.
So I signed up to bike 10 miles virtually, but
Mhm.
I don't have a bike, so I roller skated the 10 miles.
Yeah.
And yeah, so that was a lot of fun. I tried to raise money for cancer research, and
Mhm.
I actually just got a blanket in the mail the other day. It's sitting back there, if you can see it right there.
Boop.
And it says Big Wheeler because I raised money.
Aw.
So it
Yeah.
was very
And
cool.
speaking of service and volunteerism,
Hmm.
I was elected to serve on the City of Fairview Parks Diversity Coalition. So I'm a coalition
Wow.
member, and we've been slowly investigating, kind of figuring out what the City of Fairview Park needs in terms of diversity and inclusion. So that's been great. It's been really
I didn't
nice.
know that. That's very cool.
You know what's people are always like, how do you like? I didn't know this. I didn't know this. I didn't know this. And I'm like, well, if I bragged about everything I did, like, it would just be so much braggage, and it would be so much of like there's people who like don't know that I bought a house last year, and I'm like, well, I don't know, like I just did. I'm not. I don't know.
Like sometimes you just do. Oh, what is that saying? Hold on.
Find the saying.
You move
move like a butterfly, sting like a bee.
No. You move
like, mountains.
No. Listen, you move like the G in lasagna in silence or something like that. Is that a saying?
I think there is something there, but this was like a weird word game. It was like you move.
It's the bits and pieces. I think
it's like something act about like the G in lasagna and move in silence or something.
Something like that. But yeah, so it's like, you could do things and not have to brag about it all the time. I get that. But no, sometimes like this inclusion council, I think that's really cool. And I think that's something that's like, ta-da, look at what I'm doing.
Look at me. I'm Sandy D. I'm the diversity council.
I'm proud of you again. I helped throw a bachelorette party. Or not a bachelorette party. Sorry. A bridal shower. Sorry, the other one. A bridal shower.
That's fun. I love those. I think I'd be an excellent planner for any friends out there who are getting married.
So fun.
Call me because I'm good planning things.
It was so fun. I helped like make the games and stuff. So I used Canva, which is like editing website. So I'm using Canva and I'm like making all the little games and the word games and like this or that or like bride or groom. And it was a lot of fun. And then we went and like helped set up and everything. And it was very pretty. And I tried to make a craft and failed horribly. I saw something on TikTok where they like took cardboard and like built like a box, like a big box, and put balloons in it. And it was very cool. And they had like their initials on it and stuff. And I was like, I could do that. Turns out I can't do that. I spent $100 and something on the materials and it didn't turn out. And I was like, I'm not taking this. It was so bad. Crafting's not my thing. I found out. But yeah, that was fun.
Yeah, I rocked the mustache. Had a trim down of the mustache. That was fun. And then speaking of more art, saw the Van Gogh exhibit. Did you see it?
I did, yeah.
What did you think? I'll let you go first.
It was it was cool. I feel weird talking about it because like people still have tickets. And so when I talk to people about it and they're like, yeah, I bought tickets, I'll be like, oh my gosh, it's so fun. It's so exciting. Like, have a great time. But if people are like, should I buy tickets? I go, no, probably not. I wouldn't again. It was cool. I think it was very underwhelming. I think I was expecting a lot more. Besides just like sitting on the floor and listening to a soundtrack and, be like, this is it. Yeah. But I mean, I did think it was kind of cool, so I am glad that it happened, but tickets were expensive.
Let me preface this by saying, glad I went. I think it's cool. I think I want to see more of it for other artists and for other maybe even artistic themes. However, I couldn't help but feel like it was very commercialized. $5 for parking. I had to pay to park in a parking lot. Yeah, I had to pay to park. They implemented it a little later. So if you went earlier, you didn't have to. But I am on East 72nd and a warehouse. Why would in any world should I be paying to park here? And then the fact that the store was the same size as the exhibit room with like the Van Gogh panties and like the Van Gogh lubricant and like the Van Gogh cups and notebooks and pencils and bedspread and the Van Gogh stickers and bumper stickers and
I will be right back. Keep talking.
No, you're good. It just was so like contradictory to what I think Van Gogh and art is. Can art be commercial? Absolutely. Oh, you have a Van Gogh mug? No, you bought one.
As Matt's talking about the gift shop, if you're not watching the video, I bought a mug.
How much was that? Like 20? It was like $20.
Probably more. The skeleton smoking a cigarette art piece.
Listen, I think I love that artwork, and I think it does look cool. And trust me, I was tempted to almost buy something with these skeletons spoken to cigarette because I love that piece.
Yeah.
But it's just like, dudes,
Yeah,
like,
and I
can
totally
you
get it.
pull back a bit on this giant store? Like, it was so ridiculous that there was like this mannequin dressed up in her Van Gogh bathing robe with like a Van Gogh towel on a Van Gogh bedspread.
Yeah, it was
Like,
too much.
what? It was just, I don't know, a little
It was
commercialized.
definitely, absolutely, like, just too much.
Mhm.
And again, the exhibit was cool. I thought it'd be more of a walkthrough exhibit. Like, here's room one, here's the
Yes.
second part, here's
Yes.
because they did that in Emily in Paris. I don't know if you've watched that, but they had a Van Gogh experience in in Paris. And it looked more of like a walkthrough. Like you start here, then you go here. But no, this one was you go, you sit in your little circle and you watch it, and it's like a 40-minute long thing, and then that's it. So I was just expecting a lot more, and
Yeah.
I did enjoy it, but I think I was disappointed a little bit.
I expected to walk through it too, so tis what it is, I suppose. But
it happens.
mm.
I saw a friend that I hadn't seen in a while. That was nice. I went to I mean the now Guardians, but it was still the Indians. I went to the Cleveland baseball game. I hadn't been in so long. I went with my work. We got a loge suite.
Oh,
Very
loge.
nice. There was like food up there for us, like a buffet, and it was really cool. And I got to hang out with some of my coworkers for like the first time outside of work. And I really enjoyed it. I thought it was a lot of fun. Yeah, I had a really good time.
Yeah. What else? I have two more. I started teaching kids again. So it's been a couple of years, but I started teaching after school poetry and creative writing to kids. And oh boy, man, it is rough. I bless people who have to do more than 2 hours, but 2 hours a week was just enough, man. Kids these days, like I felt like as a kid, I was definitely kind of like all over the place, but like, I don't know if it's technology. I don't know if it's modern times. I don't know what, but some of these kids, man, it's like cray. And God bless them. I think a lot of them have good hearts, but it's like,
it's a lot. Yeah.
Kudos
to you. I went axe throwing. Have you ever
Oh
been?
my God, no, I want to do that.
So fun.
How was it? Did you like it?
So fun. I was obsessed. Like I had never been before. And I don't want to toot my own horn, but like toot. I was pretty good at it. So like I threw my first axe, and I'm like a pretty athletic person. So like I can pick things up quickly. So the guy's like showing us how to do it. So I throw it and it sticks. And he's like, "You've never done this before?" I was like, "No." And so I threw it again, and I got like pretty close, and he's like, "I don't believe you." And I was like, "I swear I've never done this. I love being good at things." And so I was like, if I just wasn't good, then like I wouldn't enjoy this. So I just really was trying. And he's like, "Yeah, no, it seems like you've done this before. Like you are very good at this." So I was like, "Oh, thank you."
I want to do that. I want to do archery. Wouldn't it be fun to try and do some archery?
I actually was on the archery team.
Oh my God, what school has an archery team?
In middle school, my school, we had like an archery club, and we did competitions and stuff. And
Did your school start with like a Saint Blank, or was it like a
What?
public school? Was it a public school?
Oh no, yeah, it was a public school.
What? A public school had archery in Cleveland? That's
Yeah.
wild. Wow. Good
Yeah,
for
it was
them.
a lot of fun. It was like an after school program, and that became like a thing. And yeah, we did competitions.
Sounds like something that you'd see at a school like Saint Sebastian of the Cross. We have archery.
Right. We have archery and polo. And
welcome to Hathaway Brown. We have archery in the stables.
It was fun. I mean, I was in middle school, so like obviously I was, trying something out. But then I think I was like 20th in the state at some point. So like fine, out of all of the middle schoolers who do archery, I don't know how many. There might have been like 23, so that might have been nothing. But
yeah.
I was in 2 weddings.
Oh wow.
Like 2 months. So it was like one in September, one in October. Tons of fun both times. Like love weddings, love the people that were getting married. And so I was just really happy to be a part of those days. You got anything else?
Yeah, well, I dropped 3 albums this year. One of them was my 20th album ever. One of them was a Christmas album, which was really fun to do. And then I calculated some of the numbers. I taught about 45 of those classes. I gave 12 or more beer tours, did 10 Singo nights, hosted over 50 trivia events, DJ'd 28 weddings. The number is about 75 podcasts. So 8 episodes of this, 33 of Judgment Day, 20 of Thoughts, and then 7 episodes from Non-Denominational, including one of them was a movie. So that was really cool. 7-part audiobook I put out, a video game playthrough, 23 episodes of Pop It, which is really crazy. And 3 albums, 46 songs, 8 singles. And that's probably not counting a few other projects. But yeah, not a bad year for events and work and creativity. So
that's so cool. I want to do that and like do things by the numbers.
Yeah,
I think that's really cool to like see like an actual amount of like everything that you've done. That's really cool. I forgot to mention I saw Choir of Man, which like was in Cleveland, and then they kept extending because so many people were like buying tickets and talking about it, wanted to go back, and so they like extend. And then they had something called the After Party, which was like a just Cleveland performance because Cleveland, so many people bought tickets, so many people loved it that they were like, we want to give you guys like one more hurrah to be able to like come see a show. It's going to be like different. And it was just like, if you don't know what it is, it's just group of men just singing. Like it's an Irish pub type of thing. Most of them are European, and it was so exciting. It's just people having a good time. So much fun. I loved it so much. That was really good. I tried painting a little bit.
Oh.
I painted one thing. Well, I painted 2 things, but this one I'm kind of proud of. It's just like a field of flowers. I followed along on YouTube. I just sat there and I was just following and painting, and it's not good, but it was really fun and it was really enjoyable, and I had a good time.
I think that's all you can ask for. I mean, if you like it, if you're having fun with it, then
Yeah. I don't know what to do with it. I'm like it's just a piece of artwork that I now own. That it's not good, and I'm not gonna hang it up really, but it was fun. And then I feel like everything else that has happened we've kind of talked about on the podcast, like as things go on. Oh wow. Real quick, Ohio State Michigan game. Michigan won, so that was very exciting.
Cheers to that.
We love Michigan. We love Michigan football on this podcast.
Just kidding. I don't. But I won. I was cheering you.
Matt respects me.
Cheers to Logan for that being good news for her.
It was very exciting, and we hadn't won in a while, so it was exciting news.
Yeah.
And I think that's pretty much it.
Oh, I guess I forgot to mention one more thing. I guess it makes sense. I was hired by the Cleveland Monsters to host for them.
Yes.
So that was really big. I've been trying to do this kind of gig for years now, and I always miss out. But my audition, they were like, we loved your energy. And I haven't done a game yet because the games I was supposed to do got canceled. It's COVID. So hopefully next year I could finally get to do some of that. So I'm excited.
And that would be so cool.
Yeah.
That's so exciting. I remember when you told me, I was like, oh my God, that's like literally right up. That's perfect for you.
Yeah, I'm pumped. I'm really pumped. So.
And I think that was pretty much our year, huh? Like,
yeah. Cheers to 2022, right? I mean,
right. It's fun to look back at everything, and like I said last podcast, to really just like take it all in, and and actually just like take a moment to. I tried saying this last week too, and it didn't come out well.
Yeah.
Just to like see where you are in life and recognize it, and just really, keep moving forward, and being centered, I guess, is what I'm trying to say.
Yeah.
So I'm glad that we get to do stuff like this, and I'm glad that we get to go into another year as friends.
Oh, you're so special. Oh, I'm so proud of you.
I'm so proud of you. This podcast we've been talking about for a little bit, and so the fact that we actually started it and we're continuing it, and we have ideas and things to grow upon, I'm just very excited for like what 2022 is going to bring for like this and everything. Um, yeah, and I don't know about you. I want to get cheesy real quick because
Okay,
it's
go
a new
for it.
year.
Yeah, go for it.
Um, People talk to me about this podcast, like, friends and family, and they're like, "Yeah, I listened to it," and
Mhm.
um, that just means a whole lot to me because like I don't put out like a lot of like creative stuff. So
Shots fired at me. No,
I'm saying
I'm
no,
kidding.
like,
I'm kidding. I'm kidding. I'm kidding. I'm kidding. I'm kidding. Like
I'm not
unlike
as
someone over here who puts things out way too much.
no, I'm not saying it's way too much. It's just I don't have things that people can comment on, I think is what
Mhm.
I'm trying to say. And so this is something that I'm like, oh,
Good.
this is for the public. This is for
Mhm.
people to consume. And people that I know
Consume it, public. Please eat it.
eat it.
Eat
Eat
now. Consume my media.
it. But and people are listening and it's
Mhm.
they're talking to me about it. And they're like, I really enjoy it, which
Aw.
is really nice to hear because I enjoy doing this selfishly. I like talking and I like
Mhm.
talking with you and I like hearing the sound of my own voice. And just when
I
people,
just like me, and I like what I do
yeah,
and what I say. No
if
kidding.
other people don't like me, then I don't care. But I like me.
Take that, Chris Pratt, the New Zealaler and the glassblower coach.
Ha 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 ha.
Wait, did you get your pumpkin? I never got my pumpkin. I keep
Forgot my
forgetting.
pumpkin.
Do they still have our pumpkins?
I don't know. They might have thrown them out.
Okay, we really got to check because I feel bad. I feel like I had to tip extra because they've been holding onto our pumpkins. Because
I know. I
see,
just totally forget.
this is why I don't like doing things where I have to come back because I won't. I'll
Yeah.
forget. I just
Yeah.
whew.
And it's so far away from me that I'm never over that way. So I'm never like, oh, I'm here, let me just grab it.
Well, yeah, I never drive through Ohio City, like, well, at least that area. And so
Mhm.
I don't know. I think if I drove past it, I'd be like, oh, let me stop in. But
Yeah,
anyway.
exactly.
Anywho, rest in peace to our pumpkins.
Yeah, if they're alive, good. If they're not, oops, sorry.
Wouldn't they call? Just be like, hey, girl, get your
I've gotten
pumpkin.
an email. I've gotten an email. You've definitely probably gotten an email too. That was like, hey, it's still here. You want to get it? So,
Wow, we got it. We're bad humans.
you
We got to show up with like sun hats and Jackie O sunglasses and be like, oh, hello. We are here to pick up our friend's pumpkin.
Seriously. They're not ours. We didn't do this, but
I would never glass blow a pumpkin. It's definitely not mine. But
nah, it's not for me.
it's not for me, darling. Darling, whose pumpkins are these?
Oh, crazy. I guess
Lordy.
I'll take this home.
I guess Matt could have it. I didn't make it, personally. Oh lordy. I think we're getting a little too much.
Yeah, this is a lot. But yeah, it's been a good year. It's been a fun year, and I'm really excited. Again, like I said, 2021, I wasn't feeling confident about going into that year. 2022, I feel good. I feel like I'm ready. I feel like it's gonna be fun. And I am really excited to work on myself and feel good about myself and just have a good year.
Amen.
Heck yeah. So, any last thoughts?
No, we'll see you next time.
Yeah, thanks so much for listening. I hope you had a safe, healthy, fun new year, and we'll see you throughout the whole year, hopefully. Bye, guys.
Bye.